Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Huawei is a major representative of domestic self-developed chip manufacturers. Its high silicon semiconductor department can design 5 nanometers chips. If it is not restricted by the US chip rules, I am afraid that more advanced chip products will also appear. Other domestic manufacturers are also participating in self-developed chip projects, but self-developed chips are not as simple as imagined. During this period, some manufacturers have chosen to give up, and China's chip development has ushered in bad news. Some foreign media expressed emotion. Huawei is still the best. It is very important for technology companies to master the core technology of chips, because in the process of technological innovation and development, chips are needed to provide business guarantees in order to make various projects run. For example, Huawei's smartphone business uses self-developed Kirin chips and Baolong chips. These two series of chips correspond to integrated SoC and baseband processors. With the support of self-developed chips, Huawei has a very high controllable voice in the smartphone business, and the first-class chip performance also provides Huawei with a strong competitive advantage. In the field of artificial intelligence, Huawei has also developed its own Ascend chip, and for smart screen products, Huawei has also launched a Honghu chip. Huawei is the largest chip design company in China. The Kirin 9000 chip has reached the 5 nanometers process. This chip launched in 2020 will not be outdated even now. If it is not restricted by the US chip rules, it is estimated that Huawei has also launched 4 nanometers chip products. Huawei's chip design business can only dormant, waiting for the problems in the industry chain to be resolved, and one day it will be reborn from the cocoon. Prior to this, many domestic manufacturers also participated in the self-developed chip project, but they failed to persist to the end. As a result, China's chip development received bad news. OPPO decided to abandon the self-developed chip and disband the R&D team of its subsidiary Zaikou. This is a regrettable decision. OPPO has made some achievements in the field of self-developed chips, launching Mariana X and Mariana Y chips, both of which are of very high level. Among them, the Mariana X uses a 6 nanometers process and is a high-end NPU purely self-developed by OPPO. Mariana Y is an audio SoC with a high degree of complexity. If OPPO's self-developed chips continue to persist, they will surely achieve higher achievements. Of course, what is even more regrettable is the Zaikou team. The disbandment of this chip research and development team was too sudden. A person familiar with the matter broke the news that the Zaikou R&D team has 3,000 people, all of whom are core R&D personnel. Moreover, the next SoC chip is already in the tape-out stage, and the index is very high, which is 5% higher than the integrated chips of mainstream chips on the market. Of course, whether the breaking news is true or not needs actual verification, but regardless of the authenticity of the situation, it is meaningless whether such an excellent SoC is really produced, because OPPO has disbanded the team, and the incident happened too suddenly. 3,000 R&D personnel, all labor contracts were terminated. It is hard to say where these people will go in the future. Either they will be accepted by other domestic chip companies, or they will find another job. Compared with the outcome of Oppo's self-developed chips, some foreign media side, Huawei is still the best. Those who have not experienced it may not know that self-developed chips are not as simple as imagined. Huawei has made great efforts to get to where it is today. Huawei's self-developed chip project has encountered many doubts and difficulties. However, Huawei insists on independent research and development, and believes that chips are core technology and have important strategic significance. In 2009, Huawei launched the first self-developed mobile phone chip K3V1. This chip uses a 110 nanometers process. Due to the lower process, it does not bring excellent performance to the chip. After going around and around, Huawei launched the first Kirin chip, the Kirin 910, in 2014, and since then opened the Kirin Core chapter. This chip uses a 28 nanometers process technology, and also integrates Huawei's self-developed Balong 710 baseband. Although the self-developed technology has made a great leap forward, it was not an opponent of Qualcomm at the time. Huawei did not give up on self-developed chips, constantly summed up experience and lessons, and successively launched Kirin 950, Kirin 960, and Kirin 970, as well as Kirin 9000, which has not been updated so far. Huawei's self-developed chips are very difficult. First of all, chip development requires a huge team and years of research experience. Secondly, the research and development process requires a lot of capital investment and technical support. In addition, chip research and development needs to face complex technical challenges, the application of EDA tools, and the mastery of ARM architecture. Of course, the most important point is investment. Self-developed chips are very expensive. According to reports, the reason why Oppo gave up self-developed chips is that it has no money. The revenue is lower than expected, and the investment is so huge that the company cannot afford it. If it continues, it will only bring down the company. Looking at Huawei again, it invests hundreds of billions in R&D expenses every year. HiSilicon has a team of 7,000 people, which is larger than Zaiku. Nowadays, the chips designed by HiSilicon cannot be put into production, which is equivalent to a pure scientific research department. Know how much Huawei needs to spend on HiSilicon. Even so, Huawei has not given up on HiSilicon, hoping that Huawei's persistence will usher in a day of victory. If you agree with the video, please like it, welcome to Forward, leave a message and share.